What's up? It's Susie from HeyGrillHey.com, and today we are performing a really fun barbecue experiment. I had ChatGPT, the language AI processor, spit me out a recipe for smoked ribs, and I cooked them word for word. We're gonna put them up against my 3-2-1 rib recipe and see who comes out the champion. And we have a very discriminating panelist of judges, my own kids, who have cut their teeth on rib bones since they were tiny babies. They're gonna tell us looks, taste, texture, which ribs are their favorites. I can't wait to see how these turn out. I hope you guys love this one. Let's do it. So here's the deal. I am sure that you have heard about ChatGPT. It's this open source artificial intelligence, and you can talk back and forth with it. And I've been playing with it because I think it's really fun. But when I heard that somebody used it to create 5,000 new recipes in like a week and a half, I was dumbfounded because I have 600 recipes on my site and it's taken a very, very long time to develop that many. So I wanted to test one of these AI generated recipes. So I typed in on the chatbot, give me a recipe for smoked ribs. And that's what we're gonna cook today. So reading through the recipe, it actually looks like a pretty legit smoked ribs recipe. It does things differently than how I would cook them, but that's why we're gonna do a side-by-side taste test. We're just gonna cook some classic 3-2-1 baby back ribs, and we're gonna cook ChatGPT's AI smoked ribs. And my kids wanna participate, so they're coming in at the end of the video to do a taste test, and we'll see if they have a preference of robot ribs versus mom's ribs. I've read through the whole AI recipe. I've assembled all of the ingredients. I will post the full recipe for you guys in the video description so you can follow along, but we're just gonna go step by step and prep the first rack of ribs. Step 1 is to remove the membrane from the back of the ribs because this will help the flavors of the rub to penetrate and make the ribs more tender. Good thing I know how to remove a membrane from a rack of ribs. But I guess if you didn't already know that, then you could just ask the chatbot to tell you how to do it. I just like to get my thumb under the end of the membrane, grab it with a paper towel, and pull. Ta-da! Step 2, mix together yellow mustard and brown sugar until well combined. So I've got a 1/4 cup of yellow mustard and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This one I have not seen before. I have seen a mustard slather before though, so it's not that far off. Sugar mustard. This is different. Listen, I'm not gonna hate it on different until I have tried it because we don't know. We don't know. Maybe the AI is onto something here with the sugar mustard. Step 3, rub the mustard mixture all over the ribs and let them sit in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I'm gonna do this on a cookie sheet. Sounds messy. I mean, listen, I don't hate how this smells. I don't hate how this smells. Okay, there we go. We're gonna pop this into the fridge for a ½ hour, and while that is chilling and doing its thing, we're gonna prep the other rack of ribs. All right, so this rub calls for a 1/2 cup of paprika, 2 tablespoons garlic, 2 tablespoons onion powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, and 2 tablespoons of dried thyme. That's a big old batch of rub. It also says salt and pepper to taste. So we're gonna mix that all up and see how it tastes. You have to turn the camera on yourself. Come here. What did you just say?
said I'm gonna hate this rub.
Why?
Because a half a teaspoon of cumin would be too much. You use 2 tablespoons.
Listen, this is a fun experiment. I like experimenting. Far too much. I don't know. I don't know if this rub has a genre, but this is a lot of rub, you guys. Okay, now it says salt and pepper to taste, which means I guess I have to taste it. Oh, you know what I forgot? 2 tablespoons of chili powder. How am I gonna fit more in this bowl? I should have switched to a bigger bowl. Oh, that made so much rub. Normally I'm using kosher salt and coarse black pepper in my rubs. It just said salt and pepper, so I'm using table salt and regular fine ground table pepper. And again, it just says to taste. So I think I'm just gonna maybe start with a tablespoon of each because there's so much rub in here. And then we'll taste it. I don't wanna taste it again. Okay, we're gonna taste it again because this is my job. Salt helped so much. And I think once it combines with the brown sugar that's already on the ribs, we might be okay. It's a little bitter, but maybe the sweet will help. Todd, do you want to taste this?
Need more salt.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Okay. Does it need more pepper or just more salt?
Oh.
We've got our rub finished for our AI rack of ribs. That's still resting in the fridge for a few more minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna prep rack number 2. We're simply doing these, my 3-2-1 style of ribs. We've already filmed a video. The recipe's on the website, but we're gonna give them a mustard slather and some sweet rub, and then we should be ready to start smoking. We've got our Hay Grill Hay version of ribs seasoned. They're ready to go on the smoker. Just pulled our AI ribs out of the fridge, and I gotta be honest, they look the same as when we put them in there, so I'm not entirely sure what half hour in the fridge did, but we did it, and that brown sugar mustard smells banging. So let's get the sweet rub on there, or not sweet rub, this is not a sweet rub. Let's get this AI rub on there and get these out on the smoker. My finger. The struggle. So the recipe doesn't say how much rub to use. It just says sprinkle the dry rub all over the ribs, making sure to cover both sides evenly. Because I have common sense, I'm not gonna put all of this on there. I'm just gonna give it a nice even coat. But maybe if you didn't know, you might over season your ribs. If you didn't know how much to use, you know what I'm saying? For both of these recipes, we're gonna be cooking at 225 degrees. The AI recipe says to use your favorite hardwood. It gives suggestions like hickory or mesquite. Today we have cherry in the smoker, so that's what we're rolling on both of these racks. Our ribs are on the smoker, so let's talk about what happens in each of the recipes next. For my 3-2-1 ribs, they smoke for 3 hours. We're gonna wrap them up in foil with some butter and brown sugar and honey and a little bit of apple juice. Let them go for 2 more hours. Take them out of the foil, brush them with barbecue sauce for the last hour, and they are ready to go. For the AI ribs, the steps are a little bit different. The instructions say to smoke for 4 hours. Wrap the ribs in aluminum foil and add a cup of apple juice to the bottom of the foil. Return to the smoker and smoke for 2 more hours. Now these ribs don't get sauced, they get taken out of the foil, they rest for 10 minutes, and then those ones are also ready to serve. Our ribs have rested 10 minutes. I'm gonna slice them all up, arrange them on the cutting board. The judges are coming in and they do not know which rack of ribs is which. So this is a blind taste test, and they are my children. They're very discriminating. They've grown up on mom's ribs. So we'll see what they think about mom's versus AI. 3 main criteria: looks, tenderness, and flavor. Ribs are cut and ready. We want the judges to eat them warm, so we're bringing them in. All right, guys, here are the rules. 1 rack of ribs is mom's, 1 rack of ribs was computer-generated recipe. I want you to test one of each. You can just take a bite, and we're judging on 3 criteria, okay? Looks.
Question.
What?
What is criteria?
Means like guidelines,
Oh,
okay? The looks, the texture and tenderness, and the flavor. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, looks. Point to which one you like the best. All right, all 3 have gone the one on the left. All right, take a bite of each, and then we're gonna do flavor and tenderness.
All of us choose what we think is mom's.
You think this one's mom's?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me try a bite of this.
I just devoured it.
I don't know what that flavor is. What's going on?
That one tastes different.
I don't know what's happening in that rib.
Okay.
There's something weird in this rib.
Something weird?
It does not taste like mom ribs.
Okay, dry your fingers. All right, which one, just a point, which one was your favorite for flavor? All 3 to the left. Which one was your favorite for texture? Did either one of them have a better texture than the other?
This one was kind of chewier, but this one was like softer.
More tender? Okay. All right, if you had to pick one to eat again, which one would you pick? Solid. Which one do you think was mine? 3 for 3.
The appetizing ones.
The appetizing ones?
Yeah.
Did we like these?
It was okay.
It was okay. All right, I think the universal vote was we liked the Hey Grill Hey 3-2-1 ribs. Yes? But I think the AI version is fun. And if you want to try something that a robot generates and cook some barbecue with a recipe that never has been made before, you can give that one a whirl. If you want to stick with tried and true, maybe download the Hey Grill Hey app, because we have over 600 recipes that did not take me 2 weeks to develop, and all of them are foolproof and perfect for you, so you can make better barbecue and feed the people you love and become a backyard barbecue hero. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.